The Black Hills are slipping into that in-between season where mornings bite a little with crisp air, but the afternoon still feels warm enough to trick me into thinking summer isn't over. The leaves are shifting into golds and reds, the days are getting shorter, and I know that snow isn't that far off. My routine still feels similar and comfortable, but I've noticed that little shifts are creeping in, like my power banks taking longer to recharge as daylight fades, and Pike easing into a slower pace, turning our walks into calmer, gentler outings. Good morning, beautiful people. It is a stunning end of summer day. It's going to be about 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Sunny. Lows I think are like 52. It's going to be beautiful today. I started exploring this place when I got here and I want to walk the road. I started walking the road, but I hadn't locked up camp, so I didn't want to get too far. But I think today Pike and I are going to go for a little stroll. Whoopee. Hello, bee. Hello, bee. Ah! Why is this bee attracted to me? Not okay. I don't want you in my life. Okay. Now that I've had a full panic, what was I saying? I want to lock up camp and actually go walk this road and get a good little walk in today. So we're going to do that later. But I just got ready, did my morning routine, checked all my solar panels. I worked a little bit. So now I'm going to kind of just maybe organize. I need to clean the 4Runner because if you haven't noticed, it's pretty raunchy. So it's going to be a pretty chill day, I'm hoping. Just kind of relaxing and enjoying this beautiful end of summer day. What do you think, Pumpkinhead? Are you having a good time out there in the shade? One little tail wag. Two, you're a good boy. Oh, yes you are. You're such a good boy. One of my first ever collaborations was with All Powers, and I did this tiny little power bank review with their solar panel, and that's the one that I have hanging outside of the camper. But my tablet is dead, so I need to plug it in, and I'm trying not to use all of my big devices, so I need to find a cable here so I can watch some shows. And I love this little thing. It has a wireless charger on top for like my cell phone, but it doesn't work so great with like big devices because it is a very tiny power bank. Like this is just for like these little guys here. So yeah, completely dead tablet. So we're gonna charge that. See if I can go ahead and, I've got a case on this phone, so I don't know if it's actually gonna let me charge. But anyway, it's really nice to have, especially when this guy's at like 6%. Just a super chill morning. Feel like chicken and rice tonight. If I wanted to go all crazy, I would pull out the bell peppers and make those, but I am just, you know, it's been one of those grieving days where I just don't feel like doing a whole lot, and I'm surprised I'm even cooking this. So it is putrid hot in here. This is one of the main reasons why I don't cook inside of my camper, but I won't regret it because it's going to be good food and just good comfort. Thunder's coming from that direction. We're gonna go for a little walk. Tree's starting to change. I saw these leaves changing. It's hard to tell from this angle. I think a thunderstorm's rolling in. I've only seen one other person today. Come. Hi. Come on. Are you a good boy? Do you want a puppy? I don't know, he kind of had a pep in his step, but I don't think he does. Hi, Shuggy. Hello, honey. How's my boy? Love you. Love you. I'm not sure what this storm's doing over there. Let's see how my power banks are doing. Temperature dropped. 73. Well, that's not great. But maybe I could play some Halo tonight. It's not doing great. I ended up turning off the fridge because it was at temperature. But Starlink has been pulling it and we just haven't been getting any wattage. Anyway, I think I don't know what I want to do right now. The moon is so bright. I can see so much, honey. We've officially transitioned into really chilly mornings and warmer days. So I have to wear my wool socks and a sweatshirt and a beanie in the morning, and then I'm in a tank top and some shorts later in the day. So welcome to fall, where I have to have access to all of my clothes. No, actually, in all seriousness, I'm so excited, but I'm out of water, so let's go. Refill process time. This time of year, I usually start preparing for winter, but honestly, I haven't done so much yet. The truth is, I've been procrastinating this whole task for a while now. Letting go of things I've worked hard for isn't easy, but carrying around extra weight I don't use anymore feels even heavier. I've been doing a lot of crocheting lately, and I'm starting to actually get pretty good at it. I won't say it's like something that I could do like to sell on the side or anything, but it is starting to get pretty good, and I'm really excited about that because I finally now have a hobby I'm actually getting good at. That's rewarding. I don't know. It's discouraging when you like can't seem to quite get the thing right that you're wanting to do. So I'm really excited about that. I'm about to head to another location, and I'm preparing to pack up and get ready to go, which means I need to kind of go from stationary mode to ready to transport mode. So I've been doing a lot behind the scenes. I went through most of my upper pantry and storage areas and gone through a lot of stuff and consolidated. I want to go through my lower pantry and clean my bathroom and get that ready for transport. Most of my things will go into the bathroom for storage, so I want it to be clean. Plus, just living in an RV where it's very dirty outside, like there's a lot of dirt, I tend to somehow attract a lot of dirt with Pike and I, and just in general. So I want to do a deep clean of the camper today as well. I am getting ready to go on a very long road trip here very soon, and I'm so excited. But I'm not really in the mood to do a whole lot of work, so maybe a quick Q&A to answer my most common questions is needed first. I thought I would take a few minutes to answer some questions. I wanted to talk about some of the things that are going on, some popular questions that I've received, and kind of talk about what's next for me now that I've shared this lifestyle change with you. Question number 1, what has been the biggest challenge of living on the road full time? I think it's seasonal, so it just depends. Like weather is a huge factor that I have to overcome, but also finding free camping. Those two, I think, have been the biggest struggle for me, especially now that I have the Casita. I can't just go to any boondocking location that I want. I have to kind of plan ahead. And I've always had to plan ahead, but now I feel like I have to be extra mindful because I do have a very low to the ground pull behind trailer. Weather's another factor. I struggled with this in every rig that I've had. I will say that weather is a lot more comfortable now that I'm in a RV again. I
didn't really struggle with weather so much when I was in the truck camper unless it was wind. I think I noticed weather challenges more so when I moved into the 4Runner because I didn't really have anywhere to escape. Now that I'm back in an RV like this and not the A-frame, I feel like weather's been a little bit more manageable, but those are the two things that I think have been the biggest challenge. Another challenge that I faced on the road is when I left my corporate remote paying job and I had to find ways to sustain this lifestyle, or life in general, I should say. That was a challenge because I had to overcome my own desires and wants of not wanting to be in one place for long periods of time. And I had to kind of force myself to transition into this new way of living. And that was hard for me as well. Do I ever feel lonely? I do now, more so than I did when I first started. When I first started this journey, I had my 3 dogs that kept me company. They kept me busy. They were great companions. And after losing each one, I feel more lonely. I think just because there's a hole in my heart. But I'm also an only child and I don't really struggle with loneliness. I like to be by myself. I don't mind long stretches of solitude where I don't really see or talk to other people. I have Pike, who's a great companion who keeps me company. And I will say that I am starting to think about when Pike passes, like, what am I going to be dealing with in the terms of loneliness. And I do believe that my loneliness will transition as it has after each passing of a dog. And that kind of leads to another question that I get asked a lot, and is that, do I plan on getting another dog? And honestly, I have not even entertained the idea of getting another dog up until the 1-year anniversary of Agron's passing. So last week, I really started feeling open to the idea of getting another dog. My friend Jordan just adopted a puppy, a black lab named Asher, who will be in videos soon, but he is just the sweetest and the cutest little button of a dog, but she's going through puppy phase right now. And for those of you who don't know, labs have a very long puppy period. They're kind of like German shepherds. So watching her experience that puppy phase and going through training and potty training and constant correction and just trying to train and mold and shape this dog into what she's looking for from this companion is a bit overwhelming for me. I'm not going to lie. I haven't been in the puppy phase for over 12 years and I don't think I missed that phase. I think I missed the cute puppy breath and the cuteness of it, but I don't miss the hard work, the 3 a.m. wake ups and things like that. I'm just not sure I'm ready to take on another puppy. However, the day after Agron's passed, the 1-year anniversary of his passing, I got it in my heart to look at German Shepherd rescues and look at the different locations across the United States to see if maybe there was one nearby or one that I would be willing to travel for, just to kind of start seeking interest in learning about this process. How do I shower and stay clean while camping? Well, I've learned to embrace dirty feet and dirty fingernails. That's just, that's the thing I've learned to do. But there are ways to prevent that I do. I don't use the water system in my Casita. I do use the toilet occasionally and I'll just pour water down if I have hookups, but for the most part, I don't use any of the plumbing. I keep this pretty much winterized and I do that for specific reasons. I have a solar shower and I also have buckets and I will use creek water. I'll find a hose somewhere or I will go to a campground and pay to use their shower and laundry services. With my current employer, I do have access to their on-site showers for another 2 weeks, so I can do my laundry and shower for free there. I also currently have water access where I'm parked, but when I'm boondocking, I use my 6-gallon water jug to fill up my solar shower or just a bucket, and then I'll just wash my hair, do a slather down and soapy dopey, and I use a little brush to clean under my nails sometimes. I'll try to wear socks if I go outside just because it's, I don't know, my feet just get so dirty. But that's how I do it. Next question. Do I ever miss having a normal home? No, Not really. I think sometimes, especially in winter or in excessive heat in the summer, I will miss having the access to those amenities because of the comfort of it. But I actually really enjoy challenging myself and living this way. What do you love most about living in your casita? The thing I love the most about living in my casita is how cozy it is. I love that it has solid walls. I don't have to worry about the roof ripping off. And while it is still an RV and there are things that break and that I need to continuously maintain, I feel safe and secure inside of this casita. And I think that's my favorite thing. Do you ever regret leaving your remote job for seasonal work? There are times when that answer is yes, but for the most part, it's an astounding absolutely not. Okay, last question. What is the next step for us in the casita? I don't really know, and I've decided not to plan too much. I like the freedom to kind of choose as I go. I like that spontaneity. I can plan and I have planned and I am a planner, but I also am very spontaneous at the same time. As far as what's coming up over the next couple of months, we are ending the season here in the hills and I will be leaving for a short period of time. So I do have plans to go down to Colorado to see Jordan and Jeremy and meet my new dog nephew, Asher, and go explore Colorado in the late fall, early winter stage. And then I do have plans to go visit family in Southern California, but I do have to return to the hills once a month to do some monthly duties with my job. I do have plans to see Larry from Work Less, Enjoy Life More, and hopefully some others that have been in the channel. And I'm really looking forward to that. I am going to the YouTube meetup that Larry is putting together, Lord willing. I'm going. I'm really excited to see them. And that's kind of what I've got in the near future. So I hope you enjoyed this little Q&A and just getting to talk with you this morning or afternoon or whatever time it is that you're watching this video. It's morning for me, but I have a lot to do. So I'm going to go get ready. Whoa.
Is it crazy out there? I know. Wanna go potty?
So I got this new Davos light and I'm really excited to give it a try and see how it does. So this is gonna be awesome. I have the different filters that I can put on and I think you just twist it and put it on here. So let's do that. All right, we got the filter. That's so cool. And change the brightness. So excited. Well, here's a bell pepper update. It's not really growing anymore. But then this guy's turned full-blown red. So he's about ready. I thought I'd do something a little bit different today and talk about some of the funniest comments I've received recently and how I've responded to some of them. So I'm really trying hard to have thicker skin. So let me pull up some of these really funny ones. This one I actually received today. It says, I used to watch your videos most of the time and always see something comforting or religious in nature to make you feel better about yourself. Now it's been over a year and I can't recall you ever talking to another human being. You talk to yourself a lot and to your chained up dog and then go for a short hike. I would respectfully request that you try to talk to just one human in order to bring a little human interest to your podcast and allow your channel to grow. Your viewers would love a change. I have to finally tell it as it is. Stay safe. I'm not here to fit in to anybody's agenda. I'm here to share my life, and my content is me and my life. And if my channel's not for you anymore, no hard feelings. And I support you, boo. So go do you, and I'll do me. And thank you. 4 commercials in 4 minutes. I quit watching because I have control over commercials. You're not really a local, so don't call yourself that.
Just because South Dakota has stupid residency laws that make it easy to become a resident here doesn't mean you actually are a real South Dakotan. Newsflash, I actually am a real South Dakotan. I have a full-blown residency here, thanks. Your arrogance is too funny. Oh, finally, my arrogance is getting the credit it deserves. My goodness. I thought I had the video on 2 times listening to you, but then I realized you've just had way too much caffeine. And I said, nah, I'm just giving you double the content the amount of time I'm productive. This one says, why would you want to put all that graffiti all over your arm? It looks so... And that's it. Your tattoos and decisions in the past do not reflect what a good Christian is. It makes following Jesus look like a joke. You know, some of my tattoos are tied to choices I wouldn't make again. They represent a time of my life before Jesus. And when I say before Jesus, I mean before I became 100% consumed. I had always been lukewarm. So it's beautiful because it's a visual representation of Jesus's grace. My life and my past and my future decisions and future mistakes don't define who I am. Here's the thing. You shouldn't be following me if you're seeking Christ. You should be seeking Christ. So I refer back to 1 Samuel 16:7, where it says that the Lord doesn't look at my outer appearance. He looks at the heart. And looking back at Paul's teaching when he speaks about grace in Corinthians and how it is by his grace I'm saved, not by anything that I do. So, yeah, there you go. I'm not perfect, so stop treating me like I should be. I have a few others that are pretty nasty that I'm not going to share, but these ones actually made me giggle. So I've decided to take criticism with a little bit of salt and just add some of my natural humor to it, because over these last couple of years, I feel like I've kind of lost myself in a sense, and that's unfortunate. So I'm working on that. I'm working on being me, because if you know me outside of the camera, I am extremely lovable. Wait, is that me being arrogant? Newsflash.